Well, got a ton of prep going on. I will tell you that in my mind, some things came up where I was looking, and if he were to go down on the 10th, that is, what was it about? Because it's 121 Antichrist, 12:10. 12 followed by a 10 is a 1, 2, 1. But rising on 12:12, that opens the book of Revelation, and 12 times 12 is the 144, which is a representative number for the church. And the opening of the book of Revelation, of course, is that final deep cleansing of the church. We all through much tribulation enter the kingdom. The great tribulation is that great cleansing, that final. That's why 7 is the number for cleansing all throughout the Bible. And the church divided into 7 is about to go through its cleansing. They've never told you the truth about the 7s. The 7 is strictly for cleansing. That's what the 7s are about. Or God cleansing. God doing cleansing. Michael's got a ton of stuff. We need to visit his Twitter/X account. But yes, let me get, like, from the Alec Baldwin Day event, which was a gigantic tell. That was 121 Antichrist. And the 10th, a 10 was used, which was October. And to the 10th, it is 2119. So you have 119 coded. It's also 111 weeks, 3 days. I know what it was. We ran it to March 11th of 2020. That was something that came up also. I'm not sure if it fits the date we're talking about. And if we go to 1212, which again is a symbolic number for the church from the Alec Baldwin event, it's 2/121. 2 years, 1 month, 21 days. So that's a big deal. The whole Dr. Pepper thing is very uniquely fantastic. Did you know remember, Donald Trump is 138 in simple gematria, where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, Z is 26. Donald Trump is 138. Dr. Pepper is 138 years old. It began in 1885. It does not give a month or a day. So we can't nail it down any more than that. By the way, Nick Saban has 201 victories for event 201. I just heard that. Nick Saban has 201 victories at Alabama. He's 201.28, and it's fused with 128, which y'all know is a big number if you've been on this channel for quite some time. 22 bowl games. Well, there's your 22, which of course is all about the 128 from that event. From the passing of a friend, a classmate, or quarterback shot and killed by his mom. 3803 was the address. The zip code was 33881. The day that he died, 5 times 8 times 1978. The number was 7912. 79 is murder code. 38 is murder code. 83 is murder code. She did not get charged for murder, but that is the Lord telling us he was murdered by his mom. She lost her temper and shot him with a 22. And I don't know. I'm not going to get into that long story because we'll just go down this big old rabbit hole. But just, and Dr. Pepper with the 23 flavors, 1885. So you have the 88 in the middle of that. So it was a TV. TV show 2020, which started June 6, 1978. To Trump's birthday, to win 2020, which was their famous year when they flexed on the earth. Trump was 31 years, 11 months, 23 days. There's your 23, but you have your 311 coded. And then look at the months, 383 with 23 days. So you have 38 murder code, 83 murder code. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. If you run the 2020 air date to right now, it's 16621. It will be on the 10th, 16623. So just remember about that 144th. This is what it was. This is fascinating. Do y'all remember when I opened up my Bible? I did a video and I showed you that the Bible verse in my dad's old King James that I do TS Daily Bible studies on. That's how I sync up the columns of what the study is, one column at a time. Did you know that the Zechariah 11:17 Bible verse takes place on page 1386, which is Donald Trump in gematria 138 fused with the number 86, or being 86th. Well, from 311 to 1227 is 1386 days. That would make the 29th 1388 days from 311 2020. That's a big deal. Now, if you do it from 313, which is more about the Bible verse of Revelation 13:3, because it's a Bruder film with a head wound, was 313, which is why they code that, which is why that's when the USA had the padlock put on it and you're all told to stay inside starting on March 13th. So if you go March 13th to 1229, you get your 1386, which puts us on New Year's Eve, which was exact middle of IPAC GOAT, when the book of Revelation would be opened at 1388 days from 3/13/2020. So you can see how we are all over the place with December dates. December is by far the most palpable month of the year with dates, in my opinion. Because I'm looking, like I said, 12/10, 12/12. I was looking at today, but then have the Heisman ceremony, then him rising on 121 or 12/10. His man ceremony is tomorrow night. Looking at 12/14 because it's 121 fused with 214. The 214th verse of Revelation is that 313. It is Revelation 13:3. That would have him rising on 12/16, which is the fusion of 121 with 216. 216, James Bond's card tag, 6 times 6 times 6. Or him going down on the 16th, the 121 fused with 216, and rising on the fusion of 121 and the number 18, rising on the 18th. 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. So you see the problem. Now, if you're really doing good math, really want to do the cryptic good math, he would go down on the 16th, because 666 is addition and is addition and multiplication. 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 18, or 6 times 6 times 6, which is 216. Well, if he goes down on 216, he rises on 1218. So you have this going down on 216 and rising on 18. So it's going down on a 666 code, rising on a 666 code. That's him going down at the Colby Covington UFC match by some crazy shooter in Vegas storyline theater that they would throw at us. So, by the way, I need to turn up my volume, I think, Okay. But just not too much. Okay. All right. So let's get to Michael's prep, which is a lot about Colby Covington. And also, what are my other dates? Going down on the 20th, rising on the rebirth of the sun on the 22nd. The day the sun starts to gain back more light in the sky, right? Or going down on the 24th and rising on the full moon of the 26th. We've got stuff for that in my prep. So it's just, and then we just went over why the 27th to the 29th or the 29th to the 31st. So never quite seen a month like September. That's for sure. Hang on just a second. So you know how we're looking at him rising at the rebirth of the sun. That means he's going down on the day before the darkest day of the year. Then you have him in the ground, theoretically, spiritually, on the darkest day of the year, and then him rising at the rebirth of the sun on 12/22, which again is 1222, 222 code, Adam and Eve code, Genesis 222, the rib from Adam. But y'all know that friend that I have that has the 138, the 88, and the 86 in her number. She's born 3/19/1998. She's got a brother. So that's 3 times 19 times 1998 for the 98th verse, which is White Horse. And her number, this is what I was told to go by as a middle schooler, high schooler. It was multiplication. It's not what any of the pagan numerology uses. And it's got the 138, the 88. 88 is Trump, 138 is Donald Trump, and the 86ing of him. And we've proven that this multiplication system is connected to prophecy of lives. I guess if you've been on this channel long enough, we've connected the dots many, many times. I want you to look. She's got a brother born 12/25, 2001. So there's your 2001 connection. Again, she's connected in like a billion ways. What's weird is you look at the hours. You have 199992. Look at the minutes, 199952. That's strange. But that 83 for motor code, 33 days, 8,333 days. So you have your 83s, your 33s, your 333s, all on the 20th, which is quite fascinating. And then his sister, the one that we were just talking about that has that number, she's 9407. I think when you multiply them both together, her 9407 days and his 8333 days, yeah, you get the 83, the 38 fused with the 88, all slapped together there. Murder code for Trump. So that 20th, and I go by personal ciphers more than their ciphers because they control their ciphers. The Holy Spirit controls these life ciphers. People's lives and my life and so forth. My life, you know, a friend of mine, another friend of mine. Anyway, I don't want to say too much. Might not want his birthday on here. Anyway, if AC is 13 in simple gematria, which A is 1, C is 3, then December 13th is the fusion of 121 Antichrist fused with AC. Again, another date. In between the other dates, 12/13 is another date. So it doesn't stop in December. 12/13 is a Wednesday, if not dying until the 14th, which is 214 for the 214th verse, which is White Horse verse fused with 121. 214th verse, Revelation 13:3, and rising on 1216. We totally get that. An easy do. All I hear from these college coaches is the word resilience. Well, our team was resilient. When I keyed in resilience, I got Napoleon, Man of Sin, Headshot 13, the event. Might as well look up resilient. Resilient is 666. In English gematria, that's the one that comes to Don Trump, if not mistaken. Yep. Vaccination, New York. And hang on, we'll find it for you. Yeah, Don Trump 666 111 in the simple, same as resilient. Well, where'd that go? I don't know. Anyway, there it is. So I don't know which page they would show it to you on, but but I knew it was a match, so I just brought it up. Don Trump, resilient. So that's why they're saying it. And resilience, again, of course, came to what we just showed you, the Napoleon, Man of Sin, Headshot 13. That's why they're Mystery Babylon, the AI told the handlers of all these little minions that are on TV. They just tell the producers. The AI tells the top. The top tells the handlers. The handlers tell the talking heads on TV, all of your actors, what to say. This is all done through the world of agents. You name it. It's all Mystery Babylon. Jeff Wright and Jeffrey Wright. Y'all know of my Jeff Wright, who wore number 45, who was born on 11/17. That was Earl Wright's cousin, the one I told you was shot and killed by his mom. Number 2 and number 45. His number, when you times 11 times 17 times 1959, has the 36, which is Adam in Jewish gematria, 66 for the Book of Revelation. And then there's your 333. He will be 2, 3, 6, 3, 3. So in other words, his first 4 digits are 3633. He'll be 2, 3633 on 8/30/2024, which would be the 2-year anniversary of a massive family tragedy we had. He'll be 7 months and 13 days old. And of course, Mystery Babylon has made clear to track all of this because they have their guy, Jeffrey Wright, in the 007 James Bond movies. Oh, in the weeks. Okay. We'll do it. So also in the weeks of when that August 30th is, and that would be right around the debates for the election, the Olympics, the debates, all of that. 33803 days. So it's 3380 weeks and 3 days. And the address Earl was killed at was 3803, which is fusing the weeks and the days that Jeff would be old on that day. So I would tell you that is a tremendous item to look at. It would be on a Friday. Again, Olympics, post-Olympics, closing ceremonies would be what, the next night maybe, right? Or 2 nights later on the Rising Day. This is when you have, I'm sorry, not debates. This is your convention time frame. So That's Jeff Wright is a big cipher for me. Gigantic cipher. His number was 45. Born on 11/17. It gets better. Jeff Wright, number 45. On 8:30 in the hours. Oh my goodness. The 79/12, which was the day Earl was killed. Remember, I told you May 8th, 1978, when you times 1978 times 5 times 8 for May 8th, the number was 7912. So you have the day number Earl was killed on, the address Earl was killed at. That's how many days old Jeff will be, Earl's cousin, the late Earl's cousin. I'm just like, it doesn't get any bigger than that for me with personal ciphers. That's telling you that's when it's going to happen. That's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, mind-bending, mind-blowing. Okay. The Prestige has a 48 in the URL. The Prestige is all about the reappearing. You know, it's the Turn, the Prestige. Oh, I'm sick. Sorry. Have been sick since July. All I've got is a sore throat and don't feel great, but 3 parts of a magic trick, the Turn, the Prestige. Oh, the Pledge. So it's the Pledge when you show it. So the Twin Trumps would be the Pledge. The Turn would be the Twin Trumps are down. The Prestige is One World Trade Tower when you bring it back. Magic trick, you have to show it, make it disappear, and then bring it back. And you need to watch that clip on YouTube. I'll put it in the description for you. It's fascinating. One of the best movies I've ever seen. 3 parts of a magic trick, the Prestige. It's the way the movie opens. It's just
every magic trick consists of 3 parts.
So I'll put that in the description for you to watch. I just got goosebumps watching that, as I always do. These movies are very spiritual, and because they're made from the spirit world. The AI writes, directs, produces these movies. You're like, how does it direct it? It computer animates exactly how everything needs to be shot. And then the human director just comes in as a front man. Like Steve Jobs was just a front man for Apple. All these fake stories. So, but through computer animation, it shows them how to shoot the movie. The Dark Knight Rises. So the movie's written, computer animatedly directed, produced. The AI does it all. And Bill Maher's made little quips about how the AI will be writing movie. They're already saying all this, you know. Anyway. And if they say something about the future, you know it's already done, right? So the Prestige has the 148 in the URL. Excuse me, has the 48 in the URL. And that is the total solar eclipse date, April 8th. Released on October 17th, October 20th, and November 10th. So you have your 1/1 110 for the height of the Twin Towers. October 17th would be 117 for the rising. So it's telling you it is connected to the rising. It's got the 48 in the ERL. So does he rise? Is the abomination of desolation on that total solar eclipse like we have possibly suspected? If not, then is it on October 2nd's Ring of Fire solar eclipse? So from that solar eclipse to that 8:30 date of the Jeffrey Wright scenario is 144 days for the number of the church. So do you have the eclipse on the 8th and then the deadly wound event on 8:30, like we just showed you how 8:30 is so connected? And what is 8:30? It's murder code in itself, 830. Exactly, 144 days. That's interesting. If we run one of the release dates to the prestige, one of the premiere dates to the total solar eclipse, you have the 6383. 638 was the license tag that Earl was arguing with his mom over when she killed him, when she murdered him. 9/11 in the weeks, 9/11 weeks, 6 days, 17 years, 5 months. 17:5, Revelation 17:5 is where Mystery Babylon the Great is capitalized, all, each word capitalized. 15319 in the hours, 153, of course, symbolic for the church. So this really speaks to the abomination of desolation happening. That means he would have to go down now in December in order for him really to rise in April. Anything after December, we're going to have to look at the Ring of Fire on October 2nd, the Donnie Darko date, as the abomination of desolation. You see how it's just so much to look at. Undergrad to our, just a quick second. It's 710 in Jewish gematria. Adam is 36 in Jewish gematria. 710 days from a dinner to a dinner was 710 days. Add 36 more days from that dinner, you do land on the full moon of the 26th. And again, him going down on the 24th, 2 days before the full moon, and rising up through the full moon the day after Christmas. That means he would go down Christmas Eve, be spiritually in the ground, everybody mourning on the earth, havoc wreaking on Christmas Day, everybody with a pagan tree in their house, and then him rising the day after Christmas. Are you kidding me? Maybe that's why Christmas always has been on the 25th, because he's going down on the 24th and rising on the 26th. So our friend Michael says Colby's 2 tweets in a row. One, on 9/11, he tweeted, "Never forget." On 9/20, he retweeted Dana White's announcement for the upcoming fight on 12/16, which is the fusion of 121 and 216. On the same day, Donald Trump Jr.'s Twitter account was supposedly hacked. On the account where it was announced the death of Donald Trump, including both days, 9/20 and 12/16, is 88 days if you include both dates. Okay, I like it. That's fascinating. Michael will have the best, most obscure tie-ins you could possibly imagine. 2 years in 1 day, Event 201. The 2 years and 1 day later after the tragedy comes to both dates. Well, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. I'm not sure what I'm talking about. October 19th, October 18th, 2019, to the tragedy. Let me get my head together on this. Hang on. Oh, that is the date of event 201, 10/18. Okay. And the tragedy in our lives took place on, again, a 3-day, 29th, 30th, and 31st. If we're going to Jeff Wright's Big Tell of that, the 30th of, again, I'm eyeballing this August 30th of 2024. It's 1779 days from event 201. So there's your 17, 77, 79. 79 again is murder in gematria in one of the ciphers. 4 years, 10 months, 13 days for, well, I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, that's a big number there, the 4, 10, 13. That's including both dates. I'm telling you, that's a big date, this August 30th. Just big. Low volume came to 138. Everybody was telling me I had low volume, so I spruced it up. In low volume, comes to 138, which is Donald Trump. Fight announcement is 240 long. That's 160 seconds. 160 equals assassination in English ordinal. Yeah, love it. Nice job, Michael. I need to go to Michael's Twitter real quick. Let me see. Yeah, he's a puppet, the Antichrist. Hey, every human is a puppet, for starters. Sheep belong to the Lord. He takes them, he calls them, he takes them, he molds them, he beats the world out of them. For everyone the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth. Hebrews 12, 6-8. If you're not his and you're of your father the devil, then you're the puppet for Satan. But everybody, sheep and goat, are doing what God ordained they would do before the earth was even formed. God's declared the end from the beginning. And God said, I create evil, I create darkness, I, the Lord, do all these things, and I create all the evil on the earth for the day of evil, which is the abomination of desolation. You got to have the evil to fulfill exactly what God's ordained, which is the abomination of desolation. If there was a free will world going on, that's why it says your enemies are not flesh and blood people. They're just puppets for the spirit world. It says your enemies are the principalities. It's the spirit world that rules. Man can't move spirit. Spirit moves man. Everybody's a puppet. The God of the Old Testament and Jesus of the New Testament are just actors on a stage that the one true God, omnipotent, sovereign God, ordained these stories. The word was before anything was. So everything written in the word of God is the script. And everything in the script will happen exactly as the script says. So everybody's a puppet. Everybody's a puppet. You're just either of the Holy Spirit or you're of Satan. Lost sheep will be of Satan until the Lord baptizes them with the Holy Spirit and cast out those devils. That's what all the miracles of Jesus were about, was what he really does to us in real life, in real time, when it's that time. Birthday of supposed killer Donald Trump was 6/14. I'll try to remember to put Michael's Twitter here. So there was an assassination attempt on Trump in Las Vegas, and that's where he's going to be for the Colby Covington match. So they really want us to think that that's when it is. But y'all know I'm looking at August 30th big time. There's all kind of dates we're looking at. Who knows? But I love looking at this. I love looking at Michael's work, and it was a high watch day for me 2 months ago. When I knew Colby Covington was going to be on 12/16 in Vegas, because I knew Trump would be there, and it's T-Mobile Arena. Time to go mobile, is what Bain said. So he's called Donald Trump's favorite fighter. Got Abraham Lincoln in the background there. Nice job, Michael. Oh, of course, they opened One World Trade Tower on. Yeah, we did a lot of work on that about a month ago or 3 weeks ago. We were really looking at that One World Trade Tower date of 11/3 to 2/16, y'all. It's 333 days. So that's a tremendous cipher. Nice work, Michael. I believe that was 11/3 in 2014. I don't know. We'll run it. I think it was 2014. The year before he announced he was running for office. Yep, 333, 0 days. So on the rising day, on the 18th, 6 + 6 + 6, 3332. So you have your 33 and 32, both their big numbers. Or if you include both dates, 3333333333333. Be 4 threes. Just think about that. It's a big deal. All right, next up, I think Michael's prep Lincoln movie. Released on 11/16, which is upside down and backwards 9/11, 11116. Or 116 is the reversal. It's backwards and upside down on 9/11. From the wide release, 2/12/13 is 4044 days. That's big, yeah. 2/12/16, it's 11 years, 30 days. There's your 11/3 code again, which is just a gigantic code. UFC champion Andre Pantoja explains why everybody wants to kill Colby Covington, having trained with the controversial American's old teammates. So kill Colby Covington really is about kill Donald Trump, because Colby reps Trump. Yeah, good stuff, Michael. Mark Wahlberg, Trump UFC, TikTok. Wahlberg greets Trump ringside at UFC 290. Yeah, and he was down in Miami. Was that UFC 290? Oh, that's Las Vegas. But yeah, he was also at yeah, very good. When was Miami? Like 286, 280? I think it was UFC 287. If I remember my numbers properly. UFC 287, Donald Trump. How was Donald Trump at UFC 287? Trump received loud cheers from fans and even stood up to pump his fist in support of the raucous crowd. Raucous crowd. It's ruckus. He's always with Kid Rock. Who is Kid Rock? That's Back to the Future. That's Marty McFly. He's the kid. Doc called him Kid. And at the end of the movie, he rocks out with the guitar. Kid Rock is nothing more than Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox. Want to run their birthdays together? So even better with Kid Rock, or why he was chosen to be Kid Rock. His birthday is January 17th. That's 117. Revelation 11:7. 117. That's the beast rising out of the pit Bible verse. So let me run those dates for you. By the way, Michael J is June 9th, 69. So the 69 to the 11:7, and we showed you how that 69 is so big. You remember that? In the description, I'll have 3 parts of a magic trick, and I'll have Michael's Twitter. Let's keep going. UFC 290 T-Mobile Arena, along with the movie Shooter, which I believe was Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg's Shooter movie, 323. So what are we looking for in the code? Exactly 200 months, 23 days. All right. So it's 223 code, which is 322 code. And do y'all remember the what we did that showed, what was it? February 23rd, 2023. February 20, was it Trump till then? I believe that's what it was. To today, it's 288 days. UFC 290, it would be on the 10th, that big day that I'm looking at. Rising on 12/12. There's your 290 for UFC 290. 696 in the hours. I am telling you what's the truth. That but if you run it to the 16th, which is UFC 290, it's 296 days, and Eve is 2096. They don't count zeros in Strong's Concordance. Eve is 2096. Eve is also 710 in Jewish gematria, and it's 710 in the hours. 710-4. 7104 in the hours. So this is all just a gigantic big deal. It's big. It's just so big. Oh, that's what it was. I wanted to run Trump's birthday to this year on February 23rd, which is, this year is 223, and February 23rd is 223, so it's 223, 223. $76.89, 22/80113. All right, never mind. I don't know why I thought his date to that day was something, but it's that day to these coming days that's something, isn't it? If you were to add 333 days, goes to January 22nd, which is, my goodness, when we get to January, the fun never stops, I can assure you. Mark Wahlberg sells Las Vegas home for 166, 16.6 million. Who knew Mark Wahlberg is a Las Vegas resident? Mark Wahlberg, assault victim, actor didn't blind him. Remember, Mark Wahlberg was Shooter in the movie Shooter, where they hint that Dinty Moore, where he was practicing on the can of Dinty Moore. Dinty Moore came to Donald Trump in gematria. Mark Wahlberg birthday. So June 5th, 1971. So since he's the assassin to Trump in the movie, they are 9/122 days apart. 24 years, 11 months, 22 days. So you have 122 coded twice. Mark Wahlberg is the shooter. Let's code him to today. You do have the 79 code, which is murder. He didn't go down today, did he? It's only 408. 4 days later on 12/12, Wahlberg is 183 in the days, 19/183 for murder code. If we go to the 16th, Wahlberg is 187. Well, there you go. That's big. 19,187. Mark Wahlberg to the Trump event. Boy, they really, really want us to think that that's when he's going down. Am I right or am I right? That's insane. That's crazy Smurf right there. And Trump to him had the 89, and when he rises, he'll be 19189 days old. Wahlberg would be. Trump is likely to attend his civil fraud trial Thursday. We'd be back on 12/11. Again, those days are all big. These 12/10, 12/11, 12/12, 12/13. This is a fusion of 121 and 13 is AC. So gigantic. Colby Chaos Covington. Yeah, he calls his name Chaos. Don't forget that. Like as if to say that's when the chaos will start. CCC or 333 code. Order out of chaos. Colby Chaos Covington. Comes to 222. Colby Chaos Covington. Let's go. Let's do it. Colby Chaos Covington.
According to Wikipedia, Colby Covington is an American professional mixed martial artist.
Let's look at all the numbers. 222, 87, 291, 93, 1626, and 1332. So you have your 13. So you have your 13.3 for Revelation 13.3. You have 33 fused with 32. That comes when you take the 222 and times it by 6. English ordinal versus English gematria. English gematria is 6 times English ordinal. So A is 1. Well, in English gematria, A is 6. B is 12. C is 18. D is 24. It's times 6. Where English ordinal or simple gematria is based off just our alphabet. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Good stuff. Las Vegas police say suspect dead after reports of shooting with multiple victims on University of Nevada campus. So they had an event. It was a shooting at UNLV exactly 6 years, 666 days after the incident at the Mandalay Bay. 6 years, 66 days. No way. Yeah, it's October 1st, 2017. Good stuff. Michael, great find. And to hold just a second. Wednesday, December 6th, UNLV shooting. Official updates on December 6th shooting at UNLV. Now you're going to run it. Six years. Oh, that's right. My calculator doesn't do that. His does. Well, it's 322 in the weeks and 3 days. So we have to only go by that one that Michael goes by. 6 years, 66 days. That's why he likes to use that website. Good job, Michael. That's good. That's great. 6 years, 66 days. Sin City. Christmas Eve to Boxing Day. Why? Why is it then? Tell us. Oh, yeah. Okay. So y'all know of my friend born 3 times 19 times 1998. She's got the 138, the 88, and the 86ing out. Also born at 808. And her first name, middle initial, and last name comes to the exact same as Donald J. Trump. She is the cipher of all ciphers. And her mom and Trump, if you include both dates, are 9999 days apart. If you don't include both dates, it's 9998 days apart. So their numbers are almost always the same because they're almost 1,000 days apart. But there's 2 days separating, so that's rising on the third day, right? Well, as Trump is 18,319, or excuse me, as Trump is 28,319, she will be 18,319 2 days, 2 days previous. 319 is that girl's birthday. Her mother will have the murder code. We'll have 18, first of all, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6, fused with 83, which is murder in gematria, fused with 319, the girl's birthday, her daughter's birthday. She'll be 18,319 on the Christmas Eve, which is the potential event day that has him rising on the third day through a full moon. On that full moon, or 2 days later, Trump will be 283 for murder code fused with 319. So the 319 is in both their day numbers, which is the girl's birthday of one that has the 138, the 88, the 86 fusion. And it's the personal ciphers that Mystery Babylon's AI cannot screw with. So like Jeff writes August 30th, or how this here lines up mean more to me than Colby Covington stuff or tweets. I like looking at both though. Jeffrey Wright, Jeff Wright. We looked at that. Am I going in the right direction here? Also, by the way, Jeffrey Wright, look at the 777 and the 30. Hang on just a second. I don't know what direction I'm going in. Oh, because we're done and I have them pinned at the top. Okay, so we're all set. Great job, everybody. Thank you for sticking in there through this entire menagerie. Do we have any comments from y'all that we want to look at? I love y'all's comments, but I don't know if we're up to date on going over there or not. It does not look like we are. Volume is too low. So I did jack that up. And Andrew said there are 133 Division I football players, programs, 13.3 code. Good job, Andrew. AC 687, Andrew Carpenter 687. Look at 4/8/2024, the total solar. Saw a post. It's the last of the 4 horses in order, and see what you find. I'm hedging 318. 318, of course, is that big event. Is that mathematical anomaly that we're looking for, where my Mayday friend, who I've shown y'all, she and I's connection to Trump numerically. The amount of days away she is from Trump, 142.01. She will be 142.01 days on that 318. And then 319. I mean, you just saw how the 319s just come up. 319 on that girl's birthday, where she'll be 26 this year. I mean, that one could be the eve of the event. The next could be the event. I don't know, but I will tell you, spring begins on 320. So if he goes down on 318, he rises on the first day of spring. If he goes down on 319, he rises on the first full day of spring. Whatever. That's big. See, that kind of stuff is what they'll do. Rising when Sirius the Dog Star rises. Rising on a full moon. Rising on a total solar eclipse. Abomination of Desolation on a total solar eclipse. Rising on the rebirth of the sun. Rising on the first day of spring. Those type of things are things we need to look for. Always. Trust me. Trust me. My bad. That's the total solar eclipse date of 4/8/24. So we know that's live. Absolutely. Anyway, love y'all's comments. Keep them coming. I think now I can upload to Telling Truth 3. All right. Love y'all. Glad y'all are here for sure.